Good evening. Huh? Welcome to the George Mason Show. And we got a great guest this evening. Okay? Uh-huh. Yeah. My man doing his thing. What? Come on now. Watch your language there. Come on. Yes, yes, yes. Only the hood dies young, man. You know what I mean? See, I'm gonna shine, dog. Regardless, the streets is ice cold, man, and it's heartless. See, I'm gonna run, but niggas don't want me to shine, and I feel it from my own kind. See, I'm gonna shine, dog. Regardless, the streets is ice cold, man, and it's heartless. See, I'm gonna run, but niggas don't want me to shine, and I feel it from my own kind. I know most of you cats in the hood is built on hate. And me myself, I can't relate to clown niggas who spit shit to rate you, wanted to grade you, with constantly taking ways to hate you. Bad attention before it did medicine, man. So take a walk with the tin man. I'm pissed off, the argument is getting heated. I'm contemplating if the gun is really needed. Cause I don't know, I'm a boost the cannons and I'ma have to blow. I've been up more ready, and the shit wasn't necessary. Time is a beat that you have to bury in the game and the roll of the dice. And I think the motherfuckers are low, paranoid. The automatic, so come out of your shit. It ain't no game when a nigga is broken. Humble in the world, wanna walk on my bummy. So I gave my ones up, gave my mans up. I half of the cake, on a 125, and I'ma come up. And I don't care about authority. There'll be no more prison for me. Come on, I'm gonna shine, dog. Regardless, the streets cold, man, and it's heartless. I'm gonna run. That's when y'all sing. Laid that track down, or roughly some 30 years ago. It's called I'm a Shine Regardless. I love it, man, because it it was relevant then and it's relevant now. You know, these young men out here now, stuff that they're doing, the negativity and uh you know, my grandmother used to always say to each his own, but everything that definitely does have a place. We have a great guest tonight. And before I bring her out, I just want to touch on a few things. You know, first of all, our hearts and prayers go out to the victims of California, what they're going through with the mudslides, and they're just getting hammered. Cali's just getting down, and it's just not a good look out there for them. And we just all we can do is just, as I say our prayers for them, and hope and pray for the best. Uh, it's a hell of a thing. And Mother Nature is no joke. We know that. We definitely know that. And also, uh, we have Hamal. I don't want to get the brother's name wrong. The football player that had the heart attack that fell out, and now he's doing much better. He's out of the hospital. He's home in Buffalo. Let's give that a round of applause for him up tonight. And hell of a recovery. I mean, he's in great shape. He's 24 years old, and he's doctors are just they couldn't believe how fast that this young man had rebounded, and he's out and he's home. He's back in Buffalo, as I said. So that's a good. And you know what? Also, uh, what's his name? Ron DeSantos, the politician. He's in the news, right? And for lying, basically, he lied. He lied to get office. I thought that's what politicians did. They lie. They're professional liars. Along if you're attorneys out there, it is what it is. Um, hey, you guys, that is the profession, to so to speak. And as I said, I have a terrific guest, and that's no lie. And I just wanted to, play a couple of little snippings before I bring this beautiful young lady out and tell you who she is.
This is Belinda Trotter-James of Modelocity Online Magazine, and guess what? I'm hanging out with the one, the only Professor Eva Marie King. Belinda Trotter-James presents Blown Woofer, where the entertainment industry tells on itself. Music, underground talent, explosive interviews, music technology, social media, and insider tools to get you to superstardom. Be in the place where everyone is talking and get discovered. It's all on the pages of Blown Woofer magazine. Download your digital or print copy today, exclusively at blownwoofer.com.
That's got a fat beat on that, doesn't it? All right, I'll big that up. Oh yeah, that's hot. That's hot. And this
I got my start with Belinda Trotter, okay? Let it be known. My first editorial experience is with this woman. She's an icon. She's a publishing genius. I love you. We go back. We're both rock moms now.
Yes.
And she came to support me in my sale.
Yes,
25 years later, we're still standing. And we look
I know. You look fabulous, darling. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. We want more from you.
Yes, I will. Okay. See you guys.
She was the first tabloid before TMZ. Let me give you guys some Google her receipts. Roger once was pinching my butt. Love you.
And that's the fabulous June Ambrose. We are here at her pop-up shop in Soho. Well, we're at 7 Barnes Street. So I got some things. I'm so happy. So talk to you guys later. I'm off to my next stop.
That's the lady herself, huh? And she if I read her whole bio word, it would take about 40 minutes, man, for what this lady has done. And you could see visually between Modelocity. She's the editor-in-chief of both of those magazines that I showed those clippings on, Modelocity and also Blown Woofer. And she's always possessed the ability to successfully move between two major industries, communications and entertainment. Okay, let's take that up on her. And give you a little background. Belinda was the former creator and editor-in-chief for Hype Hair. Tried yourself, but she'll tell us about her journey, with those venues that she had the experience of dealing with. 2 Hype Beauty fanzine magazines, and she's also been a beauty editor for New York-based magazines, correspondent for Good Day Live, huh? That's right. In New York City, producer of several modeling competitions, modeling workshops, and a motivational speaker at high schools and colleges. And Belinda, she's also has authored 4 books, and she'll tell you about that. I have those. It's called Facial Accents. I'll bring it up shortly. But she's the author of 4 books: Modeling Power of the Plus, Model of the Curves, From the Pit to the Palace. I like that. All 4 of those got some catchy titles with them. And listen, what we're going to do now, we're just going to bring the lady out and let her elaborate and let her talk about it. And without any further ado, please, let's welcome Belinda Trotter-James. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Thank you so much, George.
I'm
God
doing
bless you.
great.
Thank
And good
you. Thank
show.
you. No doubt. I love that everything is matching. You just blending. It's just perfect because you're a beauty editor. So you got that knack, that talent, that ability. You've been in the game since what, 1974? I don't know. When did you start? Like when you were 6 years, when you were 6 years old? When the hell did you start? I'm serious.
Yeah, everything started around there. So they doing their math, trying to, see, ooh,
Trying to
how
figure
old
that out,
is
trying to
she?
put all that together. Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's what's up. Welcome. Thank you for blessing me with your presence, your grace.
Hmm.
They call you also the model, the media of hip hop. Is that correct as well?
The media
Media queen of,
queen for the hip hop culture. Yes.
yeah, I saw because I was looking, I was the CEO of Media Queen Publishing, Hype Hair, Word Up, Rap Masters. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
What was
back
that?
in the day, we had all those fanzines. There's two hype here, and the other our competition was Right On magazine. So all those fanzine magazines kept the hip hop live with featuring some of the new artists that was featured on every LL and MC Light, Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature. They was always on every PMD with
What
everybody.
about Biggie?
And
Biggie Pop?
shout out to rest in peace Biggie Smalls. He uh put Word Up, and I used to read Word Up magazine, and that was
Limousine, back
good
in my
because
limousine.
young then in school, and he read, so we know he can read. That's the importance of the fan. He tore the pictures out and put them on his wall. Why? For inspiration. Fanzine magazines are important, and that's why I'm continuing the legacy with that's for entertainment. Modelocity is for those that want to get into the beauty of today's ebony woman, because we want to feature all women from all types of career industries. And you have an exclusive, George. I'm coming out a children's magazine. Remember back in the day in school, you had the highlight magazine and how, well, we're getting ready to do a children's magazine to get into the school system. So I would about how or start thinking about what they want to do with their life, or exercise, why food is important. And our young people are not kids anymore. They're talking about climate change, and they're showing up at the United Nations and giving these tremendous speeches. It's little people. So I want to make sure that I'm also feeding. Oh, and the name of the magazine will be Code 123 Playground. The world is their playground.
Wow, that is a hell of a title. And run that back again. Say it again. So
Yes, it's not out yet. It's Code, and so we'll be interviewing the kids of our hip hop artists from back in the day. Their kids are all grown up, and some of them are following.
that's
So
an interesting concept.
Yeah, you know who we have? Kango's little girl. Peace Kango, your little girl is following in your
Wow.
footsteps, and so we got it. And so it's just to motivate and inspire our young people while they're in.
Interesting. Because I was looking at some of your work. You have a tremendous body of work as far as like the covers and stuff. Just shows me, like you were talking about the kids there, and I know on this is you got the children's section there. of Modelocity,
Right.
and because what is the age? Like, we say children, in that in that game, when you dealing in that decide with the fashion industry, you're bouncing to said the communications and then the entertainment as well. I went to a couple of fashion shows and see a lot of these young models when they're 14 years old, they're seasoned to some extent. They've been in
Right.
it since they're like 6, 7 years old.
So
Right. So,
what's your question, George? What's your spit it
well,
out? What's your question?
well, no, no, no. I mean, how, like, the fashion industry is it can be brutal, and then to have these young people exposed, to that. Do you think that's a good look? You're in it. How do you really feel about? Is it exploitation, or do you think that it's a good look for them?
I want to say it just gives them a head to do. So it's just like going to the playground or your favorite sport or whatever. So if the child likes it, then great. So this she had to be like
Beautiful.
2, 3, and see she's on the box of a cover. It was, we just playing, with toys and stuff like that. So if they can catch photograph and put her on a box cover or in a magazine,
But she's cute.
fine.
She's real pretty. There's no
Now,
exploitation on that level right there.
okay, so my son had to be about 5, and I took him to a it wasn't an audition. He would wear some Timberland outfits and let them take pictures. My son did this wearing that. Like, no.
So he was flexing. So he flexed up. He was posing.
I'll get you anything you want. Just let them take a picture of you in this outfit. See, now once he had one chance to do that to me, and that was it. So I never took him back to another audition. So it depends on what child has. If she likes it and she wants to do it, then you have no idea why God put this child in your life. You have no assignment is. So if they like to talk a lot, let them talk, because they could be a news reporter. When you hear people's backstories, you'll hear, oh, my mother used to let me play. That's how I got into this and that. So you have to stimulate these children to, what it is they like, and go from there. So it's fun.
It's fun, no doubt. That's what's up. Because you in the game, before before the social media came into the forefront, and the changes. How did that affect, the industry,
I think
modeling?
Well, as far as modeling and entertainment, I'm gonna put it. It's for the industry. It was bad because you don't have the power to say yay or nay. Now I don't need social media, and I can sing, I can act, I can show you that I know choreography. I can do whatever I want and show you and let somebody discover me from there. And as far as books are concerned, I don't know the Harper's Bazaar or whatever book company to say, oh, no, we don't want that. No. Social media has allowed the entrepreneur to just flourish and follow their dream, bow down to the big the big company or nay on if your book is good enough to be out there. So social media, a wonderful thing. I mean, and too much of a wonderful thing could be bad for you, but I mean, hip hop was bad, but as far as I'm concerned, hip hop got a lot of kids. Hip hop got a lot of kids thinking, "Wow, I can have my own business for a job. I don't have to work for $2 an hour. You mean I can really make some money?" I love, and that is the goal in life: is to do what you love the day in your life. Isn't that what's said?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you're right. I gotta dig you up on that. And I saw I was looking at your IG, and you were in Italy. What part of you had in Europe? You toured, went through Europe, and you had this young Italian rapper. He was out in the streets, and he was freestyling. And I think with with the social media, that's the internet. That is, as you were saying, a lot of the advantages. Some of the advantages we didn't have that years ago. With
Mm-hmm.
we could just he was good. I liked he was
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm. And you didn't even care if you didn't understand what he said.
nah,
You cared
but
to
that was
understand
he
what they
was
said.
flowing though. he, he was flowing, and I was like, what part of Italy was that?
uh, we were
Milan, maybe?
in. No, I think we was in Venice. Look,
Oh,
we
okay,
were.
okay.
Yeah, we were
I
in
didn't see any
Milan,
water.
Venice,
I didn't see any water around him.
and Rome. Rome. I think that
Oh,
was
that was Rome.
my
Okay.
last stop. Yes, I think it was Rome. And I thought it was so great, that little thing that happened in the Bronx, in the park, has national. And I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, because I had seen something one time. This because rap or hip hop is universal, and everybody's got uh, I'm an individual. I like to go outside of the box. I love the traditional old school rap, like we were talking Biggie, Pac, DMX, LL, Fat Joe, along those lines. But they have some styles, like I was watching this guy just came on Russian, young Russian guy, and he was just came out of jail. And like you said, I don't know what he was saying, but his flow, and he was freestyling. He was in the car, and but it was just so soulful. And I'm like, wow, incredible. Then I started like tuning in. They have this rapper called Ja Khalifa. I don't know if you're hip to him, if you're aware of him.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, Ja Khalifa, yeah, he's nice,
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I listen at some Japanese rap they have on Spotify, and just the different, verses, and the
Mm-hmm.
flow is the same. You don't understand it,
Mm-hmm.
but like, oh, they're putting it together, and it's like, hmm. So, what's your experience like, say, over abroad, with how is fashion? Well, fashion we know with Milan, Paris, but you elaborate.
Yeah, I find the more I travel, the more things look like New York.
Okay.
With the buildings, H&M is over in Rome over here, but of course they want H&M too. So I want to go to some of the offs that you don't normally hear about, because that's where you'll find unusual fashion. So it's just like that all over the world. You go to some places that do have, and then you have some things that are the same that we have in the place in the world. So the same stores are everywhere, and then you get a little different variety. I did find 2 or 3 items, but you know, I'm sure to look a little harder in New York. I would have found it there too, but no, I got it from Italy. And as far as that, looking at the talent that's in these other countries, they go through them to get recognized and noticed. And like you said, some people are in the jails and they come out. And you have to remember that some people that are in jail are very talented. We tend to think only knuckleheads are in jail. No, we have very smart people made a mistake and did something silly and landed them in there for whatever reason. But there
For whatever
are a
reason,
lot
yeah.
of yeah, and I'm going to have Blown Woofer magazine inside those institutes recognize some of those people that do have talent, because one thing that our Adams keeps saying is that there's no rehabilitation inside these jails. So I see these guys, they're just brilliant artists. They send me their art, and I put it in the magazine so they can see you are worth something. You know, for someone like me to want to even feature you and feature your story. The last issue I had here of Blown Woofer is all about it's the Murder Inc. His story was phenomenal. The Black Spectre, Black Rob. I mean, all stories in here tell you about how down and out and how they rose to the top, and it's come on. So nice, and life is an adventure.
This is the article, no? That's the one.
Huh?
Is that one there? The
Yes.
Murder Inc. We don't
Yes.
die, we multiply, huh?
Oh, that's Die We Multiply. That's Black Spades.
Black Spade, yeah.
Yes.
I saw you were in Spain, and the point that you had just made, as far as to like it's and I looked around. I said, man, she's on West Fort. That's Manhattan, but that was Spain. You said the only difference is you have to go up to somebody like to ask them the directions. I thought that was good because that's when they
comes out.
yeah. Yeah.
And Americans are so anxious to speak English. Oh, excuse me. Do you speak English? Do you speak? No. Do you speak? You should speak another language. I try to learn Spanish, but if I don't have anyone to speak with on a daily basis, then I lose it. So I think the only way that we can is for you to just throw us in that country where you are forced, to speak. But thank God for Google Translate, because I and put it to them,
right
and
in
then
there,
I say, it's ridiculous. But against of us thinking that everyone should speak English, but they do. So we have countries that I travel to, finding someone that speaks English.
So what's the most, like, say, challenging place in regards to navigating your way around, and then also communicating with, I know, just different languages in general, is an obstacle or hurdle, but like you say, the Google Translate, that cut across that's it right there, but
that's it.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody speaks English. So but I want to say that people need to travel. You need to get out of your neighborhood, the world.
A lot of people don't get out of their neighborhood, period. Never mind, going in the, traveling, even from state to state. Never mind, say, you say, man, you got your passport,
right.
So a lot of people don't have that experience, And I watched this site, and they have a house that's in Barcelona, Spain. Okay, it's a villa actually, and they have people in the house. It's almost like a Big Brother type situation, and they have a person from one's from Italy, and then most from Ukraine and Russian, and the communication. Like you were saying about how English, like everybody speaks English, and it's interesting. They might not. No one speaks Spanish in the house, or somebody speaks Spanish, Russian, and then Italian. They don't know. Blah, blah, everything is jumbled. And but English ties
Mhm.
everything in. They all speak English,
Right.
huh? So I said, "Wow," because and then one girl, she's Italian, and the people when they start speaking her, she thinks they're talking about her. They're not speaking, but she just doesn't understand it. But then they'll tell her
Yeah.
say in English what was just said. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing, And
Yeah.
like some people think English is difficult. I used to work and have these Romanians, and it's this brother. We still communicate Polish and Romania because they're right next door to each other, Poland and well, actually the Ukraine, you know, and so but it's interesting. But yeah, because I have a creative consultant, Jim Roberson, and he's got this called Youth Minded, his organization, and he's in the UK in Portsmouth. The way it's spelled, it's Portsmouth. You've been to the UK?
No.
Yeah, he's there, and he's actually from Tuckahoe, Westchester County.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, he moved there, and he's got his organization. I said, so youth minded, and so and he was just saying he can't sing enough praises, for the United Kingdom. It's like a breath of fresh air for him. You know, the racism, he doesn't even discuss that. He said because that's not even an issue there. It's
Right.
amazing. I
Okay.
am where he's at. So, have you experienced any, like racism, as far as like in the business and across through your travels, something that it was just you just wanted to block it out and just keep moving.
I must have, but I can't remember. And I try to stay in love out around me, just be in a bubble of light and love so that I don't
Right.
get. I mean, every once in a while, like when we were in Milan, uh, tried to pickpocket us and we cursed
What?
them
Wait,
out
wait,
Brooklyn
wait, wait.
style.
Let's check. What happened?
Yeah, somebody had their hand in my husband's pocket and he just happened to go in his pocket and they work in groups. And because my husband is streetwise, he just looked around the train system to see how it compares to New York. And he said, and you're all, get the bleep bleep, out of
Right.
here, get off this train, blah, blah, blah. Racism. I can always say when you go into a high end store, salesperson doesn't come over to you quickly or something. You're like, excuse me, just little things like that.
Stuff
But
like
I try
that.
not to let that bother me. Yeah, but spending my money, I'm a tourist. So since I'm a tourist, that means I have spendable cash. You better treat me right. So I don't really come across a lot of racism. And if I do,
Not outwardly, yeah. So well, I mean, but
right,
that's a good thing. I mean, really. And hopefully things are like, getting better, as far as like the treatment of just people in general, humankind. And when you're talking about how people, the sales staff comes over to you quickly when we walk in, it's like you see what happened to Oprah a few years ago. I forget if she might have been in
yes,
Paris, and that
right,
she had an expensive, like a $40,000 handbag, I think it
right.
was. And the representative, she came over to her and snatched it out of her hand. Like, I got something, miss. I think something might be more in line with, like, right away, she just assumed.
Right. Right.
Remember that? And I was like,
Right.
whoa, this is Oprah.
It
Huh?
happened to Remy Ma as well. They said, the lady didn't want to wait to make sure she picked the girl it was her first day. She said, you knew here's your first best day. And she brought almost 50, 60, $70,000 or more, whatever. Gets, a percentage of that. And who's it? Jim Jones said the same thing. It was in Gucci, and y'all don't want to, act like we can't afford to even
We
Vuitton,
got
or it could
money
be
too.
vice
We spent.
versa. And
I'm
they
money green
bought
too, y'all.
everything, So,
I want to say shout out to my man Pancho on the check-in. What up, Pancho? God bless you. And thank you. Yeah, we're here with the media queen of Modelocity and Blown Woofer Poncho, and she's great. And
hey,
we just talking
Poncho,
about
thank you for
her.
joining us. That's
No doubt.
Poncho.
Yeah. Uh, we got a nice little audience tonight, 520 so far, and counting, growing. Yeah. So and it spreads out. Like I was making the international connection because you travel and you've been around, you're doing your thing, and from Milan to the Bronx, huh? That's who
Yeah.
does that rap? From Hollywood to from the Bronx to Hollywood. I forget, was it Black Rob? It could have been, but a lot of them cats they on that order because they in the hood, they hood cats. 1 minute, and the next minute they're in a private jet. Look at Jay Z, huh? Marcy Projects. Now he's worth. Is he a billionaire now, Jay?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, yeah.
it's good.
I hope he's
Yeah,
trying out different foods because it's funny. Now you finally get those guys out of the dough. You put something on their plate and it's like, what is this? If it ain't a hamburger or something I don't recognize. So you got to try different things. That's what life is
what's your
about.
favorite
Just
thing? What's your favorite
experience.
food? Everybody likes Italian. Everybody likes French, Italian. What do you what cuisine, your family, your husband, uh
Um,
hamburgers, French fries.
like
That's what
chicken. We
you
like
got to go
fried
back to the
chicken.
basics.
Look,
That's fast. I mean,
we
hamburgers,
like
French fries. That's just the meat and potatoes, basically.
yeah, yeah. We try. Yeah, We like fried and stuffed chicken and smothered chicken.
I love it. I love it.
Well, we like food.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with chicken. I know that's right. Because everywhere
Yeah,
you go, they make so many different dishes with chicken, huh?
right.
I mean, we
Yes.
smother the hell out of it, we fry the hell out of it, we boil, we bake the hell, and it still comes out at the end of the day. It's still delicious. It's still okay. I look at it. It's fake. The Colonel, he had it right, and Colonel started late, right? Yeah,
Yeah. I like a good sloppy Joe too. I do.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
good.
off
Yeah,
the bun is nice and
that's what Je-
soft. I like
that's
a
what
good,
Pancho
and
said. You see that, right?
I just made the lasagna too. So I'm not a
I
picky
love
eater.
lasagna. I love lasagna. Then we go with the and he can cook. This guy, we call him the Puerto Rican bad boy, Jose Santos, and he can throw down. I mean,
Okay.
he really can cook. Yeah, he's he made something called a Rastafarian shrimp or something. Rasta shrimp, I
Okay.
think. Oh yeah, it was out of sight. But yeah. So that's what's up. Also, yeah, I want to talk about you are an author as well. And let's see your books here. Belinda is an author with 4 books: Facial Accents,
Yes.
108 Key Rules of Modeling,
Yes.
Power of the Plus, Power of the Curves, and From the Pit to the Palace. I want to talk about that one. That sparked my interest. From the
Okay.
pit. Well, you go where you want to go.
Well, that was Sparky did put together a book, and it was a mess. Said no, I can't. She's a legend. I can't have her go out
She
like
is a
that. So I
legend.
took her book and I made sure spelling, grammar, everything was right. Everything is in order. Put it together. Had my art director Ronnie Walker do the cover. It's a good read. It's about her life. So
Hmm. And that's from the
yeah,
pit to the palace. Yeah,
yep. She's been
that's
through a
almost
lot of
like
stuff,
from
and
the.
she'll tell.
Oh,
She's been, prostitute, drugs, all that, and now,
he's been through it.
honestly,
He's been out there. Yeah.
yeah. So we take, so sometimes if I have time, I'll take and no artists that want to do a book or and we'll put something together because underneath her belt too. And then the
Right.
one other ones is like Power of the Plus, Power of the Curve. That's when I was doing beauty pageant figured women. We were the first back in the late 80s to do the Miss Big. My partner Benji K. Williams, she's a fabulous actress. She said, "Big women do," and I was like, "What? They do? Okay, let's put them on stage." So we did that, and we put them through workshops, and we also put the slim girls, so that at the end of our 6 or 8 week workshop, that we had a show, and there were prizes and everything, and it was a lot of fun, and a lot of girls would be in the modeling industry. They have to know how to do their own hair, their own makeup. They have shoes or big shoes because you never know. If a makeup artist or hairstylist is a whole lot of things, happen. And so I also, you talked about this book, Rules of Modeling. This book reads like, it doesn't read like a novel. You can rule number 58. And
You're talking about the
that
108 key rules. You're talking about
108 key rules of modeling,
rules of
right?
modeling. Okay.
That book was important. A lot of girls was getting scammed on a lot of different things, and so know what the scam looks like when it comes towards you. A bell will ding ding ding. Oh my God, that was rule number 11. And then so sometimes you'll fall, but at least you won't fall and hit the now, because it's so much for you to learn, and you're not going to learn it. I did a seminar, and a girl said, "So tell me how to get in modeling," and I was like, I just did an hour seminar with you, and now I said book, and now you still want to say, "Tell me how to get into modeling." Even if I did there, you couldn't absorb all the information that's needed. Director and Mary Kay, and I won the car, by the way. Yes.
God bless.
And Mary Kay said, "You can eat an elephant a bite at a time." So that's why I put everything in bite-sized pieces, because you will remember it, because there's a lot of things in this industry that you have to know, or you're going to get scammed and frustrated, and you're going to quit. And I don't want you to do this, a cheat sheet for you to just open it. So it doesn't read like a novel. You don't have to sit there, oh my God. You just open it to the pages that you want to do.
But like you say, the point you're making too is like, you did the seminar, you wrote the book, and then you had an hour with this, and this works, and then she's still asking you basic questions, like 101, generally.
Mhm.
So a lot of people just don't pay it. They don't listen, and they don't absorb, what they're
Right.
reading and what they're listening to. They hear what they want to hear a lot of times,
Right.
unfortunately. And you it's like
Right.
with we know people in common, fans like Van Silk. I love him because he not only is he calls him the true Saurian, with the hip from day one, but he's just so knowledgeable. And if you're not paying attention to what this man is talking about, it's just like
Right.
I huh? He's incredible, really. From day
I love
one.
him.
Going back, I love
Yes.
him. Melly Mel, and from the Bronx, from where he's at, Sedgwick Avenue, he breaks it down. Let folks know I'm from New York. You know,
Right.
New York, Ja Rule, huh? Jay-Z, New York Empire with Alicia Keys. But you know what? Tell everybody, my viewers, where you're from, where you're based out of, your base of operations.
Um. Oh, we in New York. I'm in New York. I thought you meant where did I grow up? At. But yeah, it's
Well, no,
New
you can
York.
go there too. You can say, where you grew up, the whole, backstory, what's what, because Van Silk as well. Van,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
I've
And
known Van Silk since I was.
Chuck, and the whole thing, the platform. Chucky introduced me, turned me on to Van, and Chucky put me on to you. And I think Van as well. So hey, man, you
Right.
gotta. But you
Right.
tell everybody your
Shout out to
history.
Chuck. Shout out to Chucky Chucks. Shout out to Van. Van has known me since I was like 17. So industry together, and we did a lot of things. We did. Who's that
There he
lady?
is right now. What's up, y'all? Belinda, George, and Pancho. This Chucky now.
Oh,
On the
Chucky,
check.
So we did a lot of things together to a lot of different celebrities. We had Who's That Lady and Who's That Guy. So we still work together on different projects. And they send me a lot of kids, they're artists, and they need a bio and a picture. And so I said, okay, send me two sentences. So at first I thought, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. I don't belong here anymore. It's my time is over. I had a listening party for the game, and my guys, they know how to make that music, but they don't know how to write that bio, and that's they don't know how to take those photos. So they got a photo of them in the bathroom or in the back holding a cat. No, that's not your image, so that's not take. So some of them are afraid to speak to journalists because they don't know what. And my thing is that journalist should be asking you about you and your music, asking you how much is 585 times 202. Questions out of your lane. They should be asking you all the questions about you and better than you. So I don't understand why are you afraid that they're going to ask you something that you want to talk about it? Just say, I don't want to talk about that, and you switch it. But see, that's why you come to the person like whatever they want to bring up or talk about, you'll have an answer for it. It's just you. You'll have an answer without answering the question.
Interesting. And like you've been on this side as well as far as interviewing, and then you said that the correspondence desk and Good Day Live.
Yes. I was let me tell you about that story. Maternity leave, and that's how I wrote that other book too, Facial Accents. I was home on maternity leave for makeup artist Daniel Green, and he's a big time, makeup. He said, "Belinda, maternity leave is over. Let's get back to work." And competition, so I did a small video, and I got on it, and we wrote that book about makeup. and how to apply it. And that's how, I just always stayed in. God never let me just sit down and just stay home, So it's in my
So
blood.
that's the facial accents. That's what okay. Yeah, interesting. No.
Yeah.
And
So
the power of the plus, the power of the curve.
Yeah, that's again for the full figure girls. I have Lunella in there. I have a couple of artists in there that are full figure, and they tell their story because someone else is out there hurting, thinking they're the only one going, and they're the only one hurting. So I have a few stories in there from full, because as you see, the full figure industry has just blossomed, and some interesting stories to help motivate and inspire.
And
someone's talking to me. Who's saying what's up? I'm sorry, guys. I gotta put my glasses on.
That was Chucky Chuck. Chucky was saying, "What's up?" He's saying, "What's up, Belinda?" Yeah, that's Chucky. When I know Chucky for a long time. Some 30 plus years. I do stand up comedy, and he hired me back in the day. He's from uptown. I thought he was from Harlem originally, because he is originally. But long story short, I had lost contact with him. I moved from uptown, moved from Harlem. I came to Queens, and got on Facebook, and I seen a picture. I said, this guy looks like Lamont. I know him as Lamont Baker, his government. And I said, yo, this guy looks just like. Then I looked, I seen his cousin.
Government name.
Yeah, well, check it, but it's okay. But because I said, yo, I hit him up for a friend request on Facebook, on the book. He accepted it, of course. Then he put me down for the platform at Springfield. And it's coming up, we're right around the corner with that platform again, with all the great artists, Almighty Force and Sedan, the God, it goes on and on the list. But I said, okay, I accepted. I said, well, fine. It's been a minute. And then when I got to the park, Springfield, everybody was like, yo, Chucky Chuck. And then I seen him on Chucky Chuck rap. Fuck, I said, this is Lamont. I seen his cousin. I said, yo, Lee. Yo, Lee, check it out. I said, what the fuck is up with Lamont? I said, this Chucky Chuck shit. I said, what is he in the witness protection program? I didn't know. But yeah, he's Chucky Chuck rap, and he's Chucky, and he can rhyme. He can rap Maddox 5. I'm like, who? I said, is that the gang? Is they on there in the Lamb too? Everybody in the witness protection program? But yeah, so Chucky, Lamont Baker, Chucky, aka Chucky Chuck rap. But no, he don't like that rap thing.
Yeah, I was just out there for his Springfield Garden Party reunion. Was up there, and she just tore the place. It was excellent.
You were there that night with the. Yeah, I was in. It was hot. God damn, it was hot. Woo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
right.
But
175 degrees in the state.
That is, he had all those in the park, in all the trees, just kept that sun off of her. So it was really, really nice. So yes, I hope we go there again next year.
Hopefully, he's coming on in 24. You want to talk about that? That project.
That's my girl Nicole Sunshine. Everybody knows her as Sunshine. We are collaborating on some things. She has a podcast. She likes being out there interviewing them, and so that's what she does. And she's getting ready exclusive interviews with Parrish from EPMD And then I said, fine, after you do it on the podcast, put it in my magazine, make sure we get pictures. So we'll get first the photo shoot that they're going to do. So it's going to be a nice collaboration. So shout out.
So they call her the hip hop.
Huh?
Go ahead. No, I'd interrupt you. You were saying
she's
shout
the hip hop queen. And I'm the hip hop queen to the hip hop culture.
No doubt. You pops said, big you up there. Oh, you know what? It's amazing. You got to come back. The hour it just flew. I don't think we even really got into it too tough. We you know, yeah.
This was the teaser. It was more they could just follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, what? So you can find me.
So that's all your tags. That's all your media. Your social. Okay.
Yeah, I'm underneath. Right, I'm underneath the magazines. Today's Ebony Woman, Modelocity Online, Belinda Trotter. Those back in the day, those that know me now is Belinda Trotter-James. So you know it's still me, Belinda Trotter. So if you want to find me, if you want to be featured in one of the magazines, if you want to advertise in the magazine.
But you know what I like when your girlfriend here, when she I'm just gonna run it real quick, just to give people. We have 521 viewers now, and people are still tuning in. Just
I got my start with Belinda Trotter, okay? Let it be known. My first editorial experience is with this woman. She's an icon. She's a publishing genius. I love you. We go back. We're both rock moms now.
Yes.
And she came to support me in my sale.
Yes,
25 years later, we're still standing.
I know. You look fabulous, darling. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. We want more from you.
Yes, I will. Okay. See you guys.
She was the first tabloid before TMZ. Let me give you guys some Google her receipts.
I love that. Because she said before TMZ.
Yes, and I was with Daryl Chill Mitchell, from Groovy Chill. And
I work with him.
He said you are an important piece of the hip hop, history, and remembered me because as a editor back then, you just meet everybody, remember who the editor was, and I don't care to remember who the editor. I'm just what the magazine is and what it stood for, and that how we held the hip hop culture in business up until they just took off. And so before we go, I do my team is Wide Body. He's an excellent comedian. I love him. Taylor, Tuesday Entertainment. She's always doing stuff. Antar Juan and my lawyer Aisha Razul. And so thank you to your viewers for tuning in. It's just listen to me rant so much.
No, a lot of history, and it was very definitely. It wasn't a seminar or workshop, but it was educational.
Yeah.
Like Van Silk and Cookie, like Van, it's just from A to Z. So they got a nice, as you say, it was a teaser, but it was something that we jumped all around the globe. We were in Milan, briefly Spain, the Bronx. We went back to New York, and so I want to thank Belinda. I want to thank you, Belinda Trotter-James. Give you a round of applause. My audience, my viewers, they thank you, and I appreciate you. You were on time and on point, and we must do it again. So God bless you, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And happy 2023, prosperous, and continue to do great
Yes.
stuff. And that, as that lady pointed out, you are an icon. And would I be out of line to say legend as well? But an icon and legend, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
no
If
question.
I was there at the beginning of, then whatever. I'll take
Yeah,
it
but it's
all.
all
Thank
good,
you.
no doubt. Thank you,
It's
Miss
all.
Lady, and have a great night.
Thank you.
Belinda
You too. Bye,
Trotter-James. Yes,
guys.
that was terrific. Give that lady a round of applause. That was beautiful. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It was good, Karen. I see you on the check-in. Hey, how's y'all? Karen is a lady with Queen Miss, the town lady, and avid viewer and supporter of the George Mason Show. And I thank her as always. And I want to thank you guys. And I also want to point it out. Uh, I have my creative consultant, who's Jim Robertson. He's in the UK. As I was talking to Belinda about it, and him and I are going to do something, a collaboration, a podcast about positivity. Basically with uh, Jim is interesting. He was saying, man, what we need to just keep it on the upswing, even if we do a piece about whatever architectural, great African contributors to invention and stuff. And I had did a show a minute ago, and it was Jim's idea, and it was his concept, and we got together. He produced it, and it was great. So him and I want to do something together. So this is basically I feel, because we have viewers all throughout the world that's around all over Spain and in where he's at in the UK. So we're gonna test that out, and hey, he'll be where he's at, and in Portsmouth, the United Kingdom. I'll be here. And then he was saying, even if there's an argument, or not even argument, something where we can, as they say, agree to disagree. Is that the way it says? Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna have that, and I think it's needed. All the negativity throughout the world, different stories and such, but something positive. So look for that. We don't have a title yet. Uh, Maybe the Jim and George show, the Ferguson and Mason show. I don't know yet, but we'll come up with something, and I'll keep you guys posted and informed on that. And Jim has got his.
My name is Jim Robeson. I'm a school teacher and a parent, two of the best jobs in the world. And I got my own company. It's called Youth Minded. I've been gifted, man, to have people who always took interest in me. My natural feeling is to do back what people have done for me. So I take an interest in people. Aspiration, you know what I mean? Aspire to be. And know that your education is like a huge part of that. Education is the greatest thing you're ever going to have. Your education is the number one key to unlocking a world of opportunities. Educate yourself, man, and the world is yours. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, when you educate yourself. It gives you choice. Education provides choice. So my big message all over, everywhere I go, man, is the power of an education. I believe that an education is the only way to change your life.
A belief that you can accomplish anything you want.
Because I might see somebody who had the skills that I had, and instead of maybe thinking, you're a class clown, you ain't gonna make it, I may start thinking, yo, man, he's gonna be fantastic on the stage someday. But it's your future, and you getting the most out of your future. Educate yourself, my man, and you will get the most out of your future.
Jim Roberson, Youth Minded. That's his organization. As I said, he's in the UK, Portsmouth, United Kingdom. And he's got a book out called The Disciplined Coach. That's what he's known for. He's from Tuckahoe in Westchester County. He went to Bronxville with Roger Goodell, who's a good friend of his, and they're tight. He'll tell you his journey, but yeah. So look out for that. I'll keep you guys posted, as I said. And I want to thank again my great guest, Belinda Trotter-James. She was fabulous, and we'll have her back. And you guys have, well, I have a good show I want to make mention on Tuesday. Normally I do Wednesdays at 8, and I make exceptions for exception people or special guests. And I made that exception tonight for Miss James, for Belinda, and I make an exception. I'm having Danny Simmons on Tuesday, the 17th, which is next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Danny is the older brother. He's an art aficionado, abstract art, and he's the older brother of Russell and Joe Simmons, Reverend Run of Run DMC. So I got Danny Simmons coming on. Look for him. That's Tuesday night, 8 p.m. And I'll be doing some promos on that. So that's Danny Simmons. And I want to say, folks, thank you. You guys have a great night, a great rest of your night. And peace.